All right, all right. Welcome everybody to episode 91 of the Daily BLP. Today is Thursday, December 4th, 2025. I'm your host, Bran Collins, joined by Matt Dugan. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good, Brian. Happy to be here. It's pretty snowy out here in Denver today and yesterday, so pretty cool. But yeah, going well. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. You guys got hit pretty good with the snow?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Maybe like 3 to 4 inches, so nothing too crazy. But it was, I guess, the longest amount of days of since
The
last
last
winter of
snow.
snowfall, like consecutive days without it. So we were due for it, but not too much. But it was cool to see.
Yeah, I got up this morning and my wife told me it was below zero for the first time
Oh,
this year by
okay.
us. So it
Wow.
by the time I left the house this morning, it was 5, but
Okay.
it's still pretty cold. It's still like freeze your nose hair cold. So but that's to be expected for where we are here. Awesome. How was your day today, man?
Yeah, it's been good. Had a lot of meetings yesterday, and so today was just kind of edit going through, podcast clips, testimonials, things like that. So nothing too crazy. Still kind of playing a little bit of catch up, and then trying to get back into business development next week before we hit the end of the year here. But yeah, going well, and yeah, just a lot of operations today, and yesterday was a heavy meeting day. So yeah, it was good to kind of get back into operations and take care of some things here.
Cool. Getting back into business growth stuff. That's good. You got got your sights set on any big possibilities that you're chasing?
We've got one right now, one new podcast that's in the works, and then other than that, just now that we kind of have a catalog of these testimonials that we've made, just really trying to reach out to a lot of those individuals that might need that. So that's kind of our goal is now that we have a really good catalog of testimonials, that makes it a lot easier when people are like, hey, what do you do, X, Y, and Z, and I can just send them that. And then also working on finalizing our internal testimonial as well, so just case studies and all that good stuff. So getting back
Cool.
into that, and then yeah, other than that, just coaches and companies like that, just keep on targeting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was on the road a little bit today. I drove down to the Milwaukee area to meet with. I met Joe, my business partner, but we met with a former client of ours from a different company from years ago. Big client. Actually, they were big then. They've grown. They've probably tripled in size now. They're locked into an agreement with a different IT vendor, but we just wanted to stop, say hi. It's been a long time since we saw them, figure out what's going on, the kind of stuff they're getting from their current vendor, and kind of what their time frame is, and how they're feeling about things. So it was a good meeting. It was short, but it was good because we learned a little bit about a competitor. We learned where kind of they could improve services, for this particular company. And we're just going to keep in touch. And when it comes back around again, they said, this person said at least they'd be willing to, bring us to the table to give us a shot. So, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. 100%.
So it was worth the miles. It was, it takes most of the day away when it's an hour and a half down, hour and a half back, and stopped and had lunch and stuff, and a 30-minute meeting. So not much else going on today.
Yep.
So let's jump right into business newsy kind of stuff. I found some stuff today, tech related.
Okay.
So I figured that'd be a good one to jump into.
Yep.
It's the holidays, right? And everybody's shopping. I talked about that a little bit. We talked about that, I think, a couple shows ago. Everybody's out there spending money in different ways, right? Going to stores, shopping online, you name it. I don't know. Do people still watch TV shows and then call in and order stuff off of QVC? I don't know. Is that still a thing?
I doubt it. I don't think so. I personally haven't seen that in a long time, so I don't think that's still going on.
I'm not up late enough watching TV.
Right.
See that stuff around. Anyway, all kidding aside, you got to be careful when you're spending your money out there on things, right? So especially online, there's a lot of ways to get scammed, and this is the season of scamming. It really is. People got the wallets wide open everywhere. Every time I see my wife order something online, I'm like, oh, especially if it's from an Etsy or you just don't know.
Yep.
Even with Amazon stuff, my rule with Amazon, if it's not Prime, it's not getting my dime. It's like I click the little Prime button on, at least I know I don't know if it's any safer, but I feel like there's a little bit more assurance that,
right.
They're legit. We haven't been taken for a ride, but I know a lot of people. Well, I take that back. A couple of years ago, funny story. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago by now. Whenever the Mandalorian series came out, and we watched the first season, thought it was really cool. My wife thought it'd be really cool to get me a Mandalorian helmet. like
that.
collectible thing, full size to put on a shelf or something like downstairs.
Yeah, definitely.
And so she got me one for Christmas, and she knew she got robbed when it showed up, but she still wrapped it up and gave it to me, had me open it anyway, so I'd laugh.
Right.
But this thing was advertised on Amazon, I think, or it was either on one of those things that came across her Facebook. You click, it takes you to a storefront. And she showed me it after Christmas, the ad, and the ad, it says, steel construction, life size, blah, 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 blah. The thing came and it was like the cheapest, lamest painted piece of rubber, smashed, vacuum packed in a box.
Oh,
and
no.
paid like too much for it.
Right.
No way to return it. No place to return it to. No one called to complain. So anyway, but anyway, when we're out there spending money, we get scammed, right? So there's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways that people do that. But the big one now with the rise in the quality of AI is this AI imposter attacks. You heard of this stuff?
Yeah, I've heard, at least like in the college world, they're like calling parents, cloning their child's voice and saying, hey, can you send me money, XYZ. So I've heard of that, cloning stuff like that. And yeah, it's just getting better and better. Just the scammers, especially with having AI to utilize, it's really been getting pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if they're doing this, but every time I get those calls and I answer, but no one answers, I always think I'm being recorded. And they're, so I'm like, well, I try to talk into a different voice. Hello.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Hello. You're not getting my real voice, man. Even though my voice is out there. What am I gonna do? So that's one way. Another way is smishing, where we're talking like text messages or social media messages, claiming that you've got a package delivery or you've got to claim something or you're whatever, probably late on taxes or something. There is like what I just brought up, fake online retail. That's a big one. I think gets a lot of people. Bogus charity, phony shipping alerts. Get these all the time. Like you're gonna get an Amazon package. Well, click on here. It's running late. No, I didn't order anything. Yeah. That's the thing about when you're in a relationship with someone who orders a lot of stuff is that, did they order something?
Right.
Gotta check over. Hey, hon, did you order something? No, didn't. Okay, cool. All right. But there's also ways to protect yourself. So what are you doing, Matt, to protect yourself from getting scammed?
Yeah, actually funny. This quite literally happened about an hour and a half ago for me. Not really having to do with Christmas gifts or anything like that, but got a text from someone claiming to be the dental group that I'm at. Hey, the Colorado Dental Group, you have a balance of, wasn't anything crazy, like $23. And I think that's how a lot of scammers get people, is it's not enough for you to really not that you're not batting an eye. $23 is still $23, but it's not like, oh my goodness, what is this? It's like, oh, I forgot to pay this minimal amount. Let me click this link and go. And instead, I was just like, this seems weird because this is never how they've invoiced me before, X, Y, and Z. And they're like, hey, if you have any problems, call the office number. And I looked up that number and it wasn't the correct number. So I think the one thing that I found, and I was actually talking to my dad about this earlier because he taught me this tip a while ago. He's like, if you ever get an email from, say, GoDaddy, Adobe, any of your subscriptions, and they're like, hey, here's your invoice, click this link and go to it. Never do that. Always go to the site, log in and go through there. Never call the number that says, hey, call this number. Yep. Make sure you Google, get the right numbers. So don't really go off emails so much anymore.
Never use those links.
Yep. So that was funny because it just happened to me an hour and a half ago, and my radar kind of went up, and I was just like, this is interesting. And so looked up, ended up being the wrong number, and ended up being that. So yeah, that's how I'd say it's just, don't do anything too quickly. Just pay attention. If something feels off or looks off, close it out and make sure you're going to the right site, because they're getting so good at spoofing sites. They can spoof emails now. Like Google has a little blue check mark, but people can now spoof that. Someone did a PayPal one that looked really real for me a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I just say, just be careful and keep an eye on it and know that it's getting good. And if it feels off, it probably is.
Yeah, we had somebody spoof our entire website a couple months back, like just completely copy it. And I go to the team, the guys, Minoja and those guys. I'm like, how do they do this? Yeah. They just go to the source code, copy it, and then throw the HTML in their builder, and it comes out the same. They changed obviously is on a different domain. They changed the name of the company, but they didn't even do the work to go into a lot of the other content and change our company name from in there, any of that stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It really is.
But anyway, so yeah, that's definitely one thing. Is those emails, don't engage in the text, the email, the phone number. Go to the source that is the real source, and that's how you're going to be able to tell that you're getting messed with. Another one that's a big pain in the butt that I can't stand, but you got to do it these days, is multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. Where
100%.
You go in, you username, password, and then they send you a code to your phone or to an app or to whatever. That's pretty much prevalent everywhere in our company and the companies that we support. We're like, okay, everybody's got to do this now. It's just the way it is. But it's a consumer level thing too. Like, make sure you've got it set up with your bank. Make sure you've got it set up with your accounts, especially accounts that are connected to any type of finances.
Yep, 100%.
Another one is be careful with the ads that you see for big deals. Like, if a deal for something that you're looking for seems way too good to be true, be very, very cautious. Because here's what happens is, and we all know this now, it's no secret, nobody's eyebrows raise anymore when this kind of stuff is going on, is I've got my phone in the room, you've got your phone in front of you, we're talking about certain things. If we go on Facebook or YouTube or even online right now, ads are going to start showing to us about certain things that we're talking about, right?
Right.
So it gets even worse when you start typing into browsers or any of your apps that you're doing these things. Those things are going to pop up in front of you too. Well, it's not just the legitimate people who are trying to advertise to you. The illegitimate bad actors, they know what the hottest trending things are right now. Right. And they're going to look for it. They're going to jump into that queue as well and try to advertise for what you're looking for a ridiculous deal, and try to get you to put in your information, send some money. The best case scenario is they just take that amount of money. The worst case is they just got your information and they start hitting you for more money. So definitely don't buy the hottest items from non-reputable places because you think you're going to get it because it's out everywhere else, or you're going to get a good deal.
Right.
Just be careful. Be careful with that. One here that came up that I was surprised, but it makes sense. Instead of using your bank card or your debit card to make purchases online, use a credit card, because they tend to have better protections and you have more recourse to get your money back if something bad happens. Yep. A lot of times with banks, it's harder to get that money back. And then when donating to charities, just make sure you're donating to something that's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't give your hard-earned money to somebody that says they're going to feed the poor in some country across the world, and they're not even really there.
Right.
Just be really careful with that stuff. All right. Well, what I thought it would be a kind of a cool idea is to do a top 10 holiday scam list.
Okay.
So that's what I've prepared in the outline for us, Matt. So let's you and I go through these. Just take turns. Let's go through them. And then if you've got something to share about, any of these kind of things or experience with them, just let me know. Why don't you take the first one right at the top?
Yeah, the fake online store is too good to be true. So they're building professional-looking websites, offering really good discounts, and so customers are paying with credit cards but never receive the goods or something counterfeit. One time we ordered it was like a fake NBA jersey off like an AliExpress or something, so I didn't have to. So I ordered that, and I ended up receiving a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle T-shirt that was a child's extra small. So that was one that happened to me.
That's legit. That is good.
Yeah.
That is good. I wish I could remember what it was. My wife ordered. It's a totally different story. She ordered something for me from one of those sites, and they never sent it. But like 3 or 4 months later, we get a package from that order, and it's this little package. And she's like, "Hey, you're such and such," and she was, she had wrote it off a long time ago. "You're such and such finally arrived." I'm like, "There's no way." I think it was like a sweatshirt or something.
Right.
And I'm like, "There's no way." So I opened it up in this little box. It was a switchblade knife in the shape of a rifle. The handle of the knife was in the shape of a rifle. So when you press the button, it flipped out, and it had a little flashlight on the top of it that looked like a scope, and the bottom of the handle looked like, the butt of the gun. It's kind of cool. I still have it.
Yeah.
But it's like, why? At this point, why send me anything? You got your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's crazy. Just
Funny.
crazy. All right, number 2, or let's go with number 9. Fake delivery and shipping notification. So you get a text or email claiming a package couldn't be delivered or requires a redelivery fee with a link to reschedule. The link leads you to a fake courier site. Once you enter your payment login info, scammers steal it. I've gotten plenty of these. And it's always a text. I've never gotten one via email. It's always a text. I've never clicked on it or even tried to follow it to see where it goes. How about you?
Yeah, same. That's just something where I've never clicked on anything like that. I've seen them come in, but I feel like those are not the best scams there. It's pretty obvious to tell it's coming from something flaky.
Yeah, like we order so much junk in our family and hundreds of packages. I would feel like a week, but it's not. It's a year. But I've never had any legitimate packages text me like that. So it's like the fact that happens just puts big red flag, like scam.
Yep.
All right, what do we got next?
Next one we got on here is the gift card. So scammers, they'll pose as government, tech support, or an authority, tell you to pay bills or resolve an issue by buying gift cards and giving them the codes. Once you do, the money's gone. No, I've never come across this or probably would. If someone was asking me to pay something by gift cards, I'd probably be like, okay, this is no good.
Yeah, this happened to us here at the company, not us, but one of us, Jamie, and this was probably about 6 months after we moved into our last office. And Jamie had been with us for a while, so I haven't teased her about it in a long time, but she should have known better. But she'd been with us for a while, and she should have known that Manny would have never asked to do this. But she got a text message from somebody saying that they were Manny, my business partner, that they're like, hey, this is Manny. I need you to go out and buy like 3 $500 Apple gift cards and send me the codes because I got to get some stuff for my wife back in India because his wife and the kids and stuff, they were still back in India at that time. And she went and did it with her own money and bought the cards, sent the codes, and all of a sudden I get this message and she's like, Brian, do you know anything about Manny needing some Apple gift cards? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't in that. It was so crazy how the timing of it was perfect. It's almost like these people knew that Manny wasn't in the office that day. It's crazy. So he wasn't in the office early that day when all this happened. He got in a little bit later. And I'm like, no, there's no way. He would never do anything like that. Maybe he would. I'm going to try to get a hold of him. Couldn't get a hold of him. Finally gets into the office, and I'm like, dude, you did. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, she did. She got scammed. And I felt really, we fronted her the money. She eventually got it back from Apple. They have a really good process of catching these people and, whatever. Yeah. But, I think we ended up, paying her in advance until she got her money back or something like that. Or maybe she just got it back so fast. I can't remember, but she was literally scared. She's like, I don't have that kind of money just sitting around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, first of all, nobody in a leadership or otherwise role in this company will ever ask you to go spend your own money to buy gift cards or anything else. Right. Like sometimes she goes out and spends her own money to get coffee because, the petty cash in her drawer or whatever is out. That's different. Like, I tell her, could you go get some water, give me some energy drinks or something? Totally different. Right. I'm not going to use energy drinks to scam anybody. I don't think that's possible. Anyway, so that definitely happened to us. It was crazy. It's a crazy day.
That is wild.
What do we got next? That was the gift card scam. Next, fake charity donation scams. Okay, I've never seen how this works. Imposters create bogus charities or donation sites, often after disasters, or during holiday seasons, sometimes soliciting money via gift cards, crypto, or direct payments. then they vanish. Okay. I've never had this. I've never seen an example of this. Have you?
No, I haven't either. No.
Maybe it's just because we don't give enough money away. Maybe we just got to be more charitable.
Right. But no, I've never, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I think that would be the first dead giveaway is via gift cards, crypto, direct payments or pledges is typically what, what nonprofits will do is they'll have campaigns and they ask for pledges.
Yeah.
As opposed to like directly give me the money now kind of stuff. It's like, okay, we're running a campaign over the next year to build a new whatever, new shelter for the dogs at the Humane Society. We're looking to raise 500 pledges of $1,000 to be paid over the next 3 years, $333 a year. Will you take the pledge? Okay.
Yep.
I'll pay 300 this year and 3, right? So you give them the pledge card is kind of is kind of like an IOU. You can always back out, but that's typically more typical of a kind of thing or something. Or I don't know if there are ever scams, but do you ever get the annual call from the police department or whatever to support their fundraising goals? Have you ever seen those? Ever gotten those?
No, never gotten those. I've honestly been really good over the past few years of not really answering numbers I don't recognize and knowing that if it's someone.
That too. But sometimes they get me. Sometimes they get me. It's I get so many calls and when you have so many things in the bucket and like let's say I've got a lead that I'm working and I'm waiting for a call back from Green Bay. Right.
Yeah.
And then I get a call and it says Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, I better answer that. And all of a sudden it's something I didn't want to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
but
exactly.
I always feel bad with those police department ones because it's not the police department calling, but I still feel guilty when I say, no, I'm not,
Right. Yeah.
But if it was actually, if they had for a day, all the police officers and firefighters took shifts and they were in a call center and they were hitting the phones, I would give all day long to that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yep. Give me your badge 100%. Number. I'm going to check you out. You real? Yep. Okay. $50. Here you go. I would do that. But when it's outsourced like that, it's like, again, I don't know if it's real or not. There's no way to know. Anyway,
100%. 100%.
What do we got next?
The next one on here is the spoofing of holiday sales on social media, like limited time offers, exclusive gifts, and they lead you to fake storefronts. So I have seen these mainly with like Fanatics. I've gotten a lot of Fanatics. Really? And I've gone to there and have looked through it, and it seemed often I never bought anything. But then the comments on there was, "This is a fake site," and you go and you look at the URL, and you can tell it's pretty fake.
Yeah, I just ordered something off of a site that I think Jen probably got found on Facebook or somewhere. I don't know. It looked pretty legit. I think it's going to be fine. I can't say what it is and who it's for on the show because it'll give away a Christmas gift, and I know this person tunes in periodically. But I am nervous. I'm always nervous with these sites because there's so many of them.
Yeah,
they really pretty good. It had a lot of the seals that if you follow them, and like you can't just get them on your site and that kind of stuff. So
yep.
We'll
Interesting.
See.
Only one way to find out. We'll keep in touch with that one.
Yep. When it comes and it's the Christmas present is revealed, then I'll see if it's good. All right. Nice. Holiday e-card and malware scams. We kind of looked into this a little bit on a different one. Emails or text messages claiming to send a holiday greeting. Okay, this is different. Holiday greeting card or a gift. Click the link or open the attachment, and you may install malware or expose your personal credentials. Interesting. That's like old school.
Yeah.
Right? It's funny because you don't see very much of these anymore.
I agree.
Malware and quote unquote viruses are probably they're the least prevalent these days because antivirus kind of knocked them out. It's the other type of stuff that's happening more. What do you got?
Yeah, nothing there for me. I mean, I get a lot of the like Coinbase, like for my crypto, it'll be like your Coinbase code is this. If you didn't request this code, reach out immediately. And I know all that stuff is fake. So those are a couple I get is like, hey, your confirmation code is this. And obviously you didn't try to log in. So it tries to get you to, get scared of that. But with those texts, especially having an iPhone, I feel like iPhone's gotten really good. And you can kind of tell when something's fake coming in because it'll be like a bunch of letters at gmail.com or something like that, send it to you. But as far as those go from bank and things like that, I do see a couple come in from like Coinbase, maybe once every few months.
Yeah. I used to get a lot of that kind of stuff, but that kind of stuff, not so much anymore. Get a lot of the other more intricate ones.
Yep.
Oh, what's the next one on the list?
I think that's all we got here. Or I might have skipped.
Here's I think we got two more.
Yep.
Two more. Fake job is next. Fake job and seasonal employment scams. I haven't seen anything like that.
Nope, I haven't seen anything.
Holiday jobs. Oh, you know what? I have. I get these via text.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I can tell they're fake is because I ain't looking for a job. I ain't trying to be employed. But scammers advertise holiday jobs, and it's not even holiday. This is year-round stuff. I'll get these texts say, "Hey, we've seen your work, and we think you'd really be good at this. We'll offer $150 an hour for whatever if you just sit around and twiddle your thumbs." Holiday season work, often ask for upfront fee, but I never get far enough to see if there's an upfront fee or background checks or any of that kind of stuff. I just disregard.
Yep.
And then the last one, impersonation of trusted services. And we kind of hit on this. You receive messages seemingly from a bank or courier, government agency, or an urgent problem. That's the giveaway for that urgency and things that you don't expect.
Yep.
It's typically the dead giveaway because they try to play off of your fear of loss, which is one of our strongest emotions. And, if you don't do this now, the IRS is about to knock on your door.
Yeah, right.
Click now or listen for the door knock, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, never mind. You know what we did get here in the office? And it came to my email. I think Jamie saw it first because I have her look over my email because I don't always have time to go through my inbox. We got an email from somebody out in California, a small law firm. I don't know. They could be big. I'm guessing it's a small law firm, saying that somebody, their client, has claimed the name of our company, and if we don't, and because we haven't put a patent or trademark on our name of the name of our company, Panacea Smart Solutions, if we don't contact him, blah blah blah, and basically saying you're screwed, and we're gonna take the name of your company. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
So I'm like, crap, that was what a jerk.
Yeah.
So Jamie's like, what do we do? I'm like, let me talk to Manny. So we talked to our lawyer quick. Lawyer gave us a letter to send back to them. It was very lawyered out, real short, but written in legal terms. And we sent it back, and it was like by the end of the day, he emailed back. In his second email, you could tell that this was his scam. Could very well be a real lawyer. It was like, okay, great, but that doesn't mean somebody can't take your name. And if you need help trademarking your name or whatever, give us a call. We'll do that for you. I'm like, I would really want to work with you after that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't love that. Yeah. Put sour taste in your mouth there.
Yep. People will do that with websites too.
Yeah.
For some reason, they think if they insult you or scare you, that you're going to want to work with them.
Not how it works. Right.
Nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Cool. Well, that was this year's top 10 holiday scams to avoid. Hopefully, viewers, listeners, you learned something, and you can keep yourself safe, your bank account safe, so that you can spoil your kids and yourself this Christmas season.
Yes,
awesome.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, you ready for some football tonight, Matt?
Yeah, should be a good game. We got Dallas at Detroit Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically get it. I think it'll be a good game. Dallas is good. I think Detroit has not been doing as good as they thought, but still a good team. It looks,
yeah, they're still dangerous.
Yep.
When teams always come to play when they play Dallas. It's just what it is. It's always this, and it's probably not always, but I always feel like when we're playing a team that, might be close in record, but they're not playing good and we're playing good, it's like the game where the tables turn. So that's what I'm hoping obviously doesn't happen.
Right.
But it should be a fun game to watch, I think.
I agree.
It's up in Detroit, but we're not going to have a weather problem. We're at Ford Field. reminds me a lot of Texas. Well, it's not. It's AT&T Stadium now, right? Not Texas Stadium anymore, but similar type of environment. You know, all indoor and pretty glitzy. So I think it'll be a good game.
100%.
What's your call? I made a pick
I think
for you yesterday, by the way. I said you picked Dallas, but
yeah, you said it for yesterday. Yeah, I mean I like Dallas. The only thing that gets me is the Lions did just lose their last game on Thanksgiving, so I think they're coming with a vengeance. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
I think it could go either way, but I think just because of the grit and them losing on Thanksgiving, I think that it might come with a vengeance. It's at Detroit. I see maybe the Lions winning, but not by much.
yeah, that's the one thing that worries about me. When you got like an injured Lion is dangerous, right? Unpredictable, right? They're going to be super protective. You know, maybe they really hunkered down. I don't know. I just, you know, I'm biased, of course. But Cowboys are playing inspired football. You know, neither of the defense have been all that great, but I mean, I watched that Detroit Green Bay game, and Detroit just couldn't. They were like a leaky bucket. They couldn't stop any water.
Yep.
So we'll see. Hopefully they're like that tonight. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to watch as much of the game as I can once I get the younger kiddos to bed.
Nice.
But we'll come back tomorrow and talk about it and see how it went.
So yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah, should be a good game. So yeah, it should be a fun game to watch. But other than that, only one way to find out, and we can revisit it tomorrow. All
right. Well, everybody have a great evening. We're gonna wrap the show on that note. It is just after 4:30, so we timed it pretty good. That's gonna be all for episode 91 of the Daily BLP. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm Brian. That's Matt. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Take care.